Biggest weight off your shoulder getting it done in advance.
Yes, yes.
I assume you're one of those people. Yeah, you're one of those people I would imagine is like.
Oh yeah, my husband is like on it. He's like, get me this, give me this. I'm like, okay. Yeah. As long as you're doing it, I'm good.
Right. We're together. We got it all the way together because we also married well.
Yeah. Because my friend takes care of it.
What does it say about me?
Yeah, Pedro, come on, step it up.
My wife's like, Pedro, gotta get it together. I will. I promise, honey, I will. At least we have some good weather on this tax day.
For the most part.
For the most part.
Yeah, temperatures in the 60s again. Really the only issue is that winds will get stronger, especially this afternoon, and there's a chance for an isolated shower. At least currently things are dry. We're in the 40s and the 50s. 52 in Central Park, looking at 49 in Sussex, down to 44 Montgomery, and 47 in Bridgeport. Skies are mostly cloudy, and there were a few leftover showers in Ulster and Fairfield County, but that continues to clear, and that trend will continue throughout the rest of the morning. Winds are out of the south and west, ranging from 2 to 7 miles per hour, but by lunchtime, that's when wind speeds start to increase, gusting up to 30 to 40 miles per hour. So that's going to make high temperatures in the low to mid 60s. Feel a tad cooler. We'll also have a chance for a few isolated showers and storms. It's not going to be widespread, but I want to show you the timing hour by hour in just a few minutes. Heather?
All right, Brittany, let's take a look at what's happening here in Stamford. Unfortunately for Stamford commuters, you're going to be sitting in some traffic here as you go onto I-95 North. Right near Elm Street, we do have an accident, and that delay is about 15 minutes getting up into that spot. Here's the George Washington Bridge. Last time I was on the air, I was telling you how slowly they are moving that across the span, and you can still see they're taking time to move everybody across that span as you make your way over into New Jersey. That is because of construction that they are getting cleared away. You can see right over there, it looks like they're picking up those cones. Alternate side of the street parking rules are in effect. Pedro, Charlene, back to you.
All right, thanks so much to you both.
More than 7 minutes away from weather and traffic together. So temperatures this morning in the 40s and the 50s, and we're drying out after a round of overnight rainfall. But there's still a chance for an isolated shower, especially this afternoon. Winds also get stronger later today, gusting up to 30 to 40 miles per hour. At least we'll see similar temperatures in the low to mid 60s across most of the tri-state. So we'll see clouds and some sunny breaks, a high of 63 in Maybrook, Ramapo 65, Stamford 66, and Dover up to 64 for you. Tuesday, weather wellness, good air quality, high pollen levels, the top allergens, maple, juniper, and poplar, and UV index of 4. Tomorrow, that's going to be the coldest day of the week, 53, but the 60s return on Thursday. Heather?
All right, Brittany, let's talk subways. Once again, we still have an issue with our one train suspended between Van Cortlandt Park, 242nd Street, and Dykeman Street. It's police and EMS activities. Your alternates, the buses, the BX7 and the BX9. That will get you around the problem. And then I-95 North near Elm Street, we still have that accident, but you see here everything turned yellow. That usually means that they're getting that cleared away, and it's only 2 minutes now to go 1 mile, so things are looking a lot better up in Stamford. George Washington Bridge, they cleared away that construction coming off that upper level. Everything looks like it's cleared, and alternate side of the street parking rules are in effect. Pedro, Charlene, over to you.
All right, I remember that reference, by the way. But they jump. They jump, so you do have to be mindful of that.
I think they're dangerous to dogs, too, if they eat
They are.
them. Ooh.
They are. So just be on the lookout.
It is the
but just be
season.
careful. They will jump when you try to
Don't like
smash
bugs.
them.
I'm keeping away.
You're going to just keep away?
Yeah, I'm just going to keep away.
That's the only downside of spring.
Option.
The bugs coming out.
Yeah, I know. So spring on the horizon. How are we looking today? I feel like temperature-wise.
Yeah, we're the same temperature-wise, but the wind, that will make all the difference. It's going to gust up to 30 to 40 miles per hour this afternoon, making it feel quite cooler. Currently, though, temperatures aren't too bad. We're in the 40s and the 50s. It's 52 in Central Park. Northeast winds near 3 miles per hour. 49 in Islip. Good morning in East Hampton. 46 for you. And Danbury, you're waking up to 52. So wind speeds are out of the south and west, just down to 2 to 5 miles an hour. But watch what happens by lunchtime. That's when winds will start to gust over 30 miles per hour, approaching 40 in some spots. Skies are mostly cloudy, but we are drying out after a round of rain overnight. Maybe a lingering sprinkle in Ulster and Dutchess County, but that continues to taper off as that storm system moves off to the east. The bigger picture is showing a warm front north of us and now an approaching cold front. So we'll also have a disturbance on the backside of the system, and that's why we're keeping a chance for an isolated shower or storm throughout this afternoon. But this morning, mainly dry. Throughout the afternoon hours, a few showers and storms will start to pop up. One or two of those could produce brief gusty winds and maybe even some small hail, so don't be surprised if you run into that. This all clears out late tonight through early tomorrow morning, and overnight skies will be clear to partly cloudy. But clouds increase again on Wednesday, and for the rest of tomorrow, we'll see clouds and a few sunny breaks. The big difference is the temperatures. We get down into the lower 50s. So tomorrow will be the coldest day of the week, but the 60s return on Thursday. That's thanks to high pressure pushing in this warmer air. Friday is still pleasant, the 60s. Saturday we jump up into the mid 70s, but there's also a chance for a few late day showers, all thanks to a cold front, but it still doesn't look like a washout, thankfully, at this time. Today 66, partly sunny, winds increase, an afternoon thunder shower, sustained winds out of the west ranging from 12 to 25, gusting up to 40. And then tonight 43, the 30s in the suburbs, partly cloudy, windy and chilly. West winds ranging from 15 to 20. Tomorrow 53, still windy, but at least things are dry. For the rest of the 7-day forecast, the 60s return Thursday, 62 up to 66 on Friday. Look at Saturday, 77, a chance for a stray shower, and then for Sunday 63, similar temperatures on tap for Monday. Heather?
All right, Brittany, let's talk about our subways. Unfortunately, we still have an issue with the 1 trains. That's suspension between Van Cortlandt Park, 242nd Street and Dyckman Street. It's police and EMS activities. So what you can do is use the BX7 or the BX9 buses to get yourself around that problem with the 1 train. Now, we had an accident. It was I-95 going north right near Elm Street. That was in Stamford. That accident has been cleared away, so traffic is eased up into the area. This is how the Alexander Hamilton Bridge is looking. No major issues to report as you go westbound going onto the George Washington Bridge. We did have construction. They picked it up. They put it away. So that's the good news. You look great getting into both that lower level toll and the upper level tolls. And we have alternate side of the street parking rules in effect. Shirlene and Pedro, back to you.
Thank you.
Away from weather and traffic together. So temperatures aren't too bad currently. We're in the 40s and the 50s, also a light breeze. That all changes by lunchtime, especially ramping up this afternoon. Get ready for winds gusting up to 30 to 40 miles per hour. At least we keep similar high temperatures in the 60s, hitting 66 in the city. But it will be a tad bit cooler for portions of Suffolk County, especially near the east end and along the south shore. Fire Island 56, Quogue 58, and Montauk 56 compared to 66 in Smithtown and 65 degrees in Coram. There's also a chance for an isolated shower or storm late this afternoon, but it's not going to be widespread. So overall, decent for the Yankees game this evening. Temperatures by first pitch near 60, towards the late innings near 55. It is going to be breezy still, winds out of the west gusting up to 30 miles per hour. Windy and chilly tomorrow, back up to 62 on Thursday. Heather?
All right, Brittany,
I think we got donuts when we opened up the studio on the weekend. Oh, you guys weren't here, but
Oh, no.
we got.
I don't think we got any.
We got some donuts. It was
Hello.
great.
Good morning.
We had a toast, like a champagne
think so,
toast,
no.
something, right?
We didn't.
Nice of you to rub that in.
I totally forgot. I was on the weekend. Sorry about that. Oh, man. But, you know, I'm excited for them to have the new studio, and all the fans who are going to be coming down now to 7 Hudson are going to enjoy some decent weather. Just have to watch out for that wind.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And thankfully the wind isn't going to be too bad this morning. It really starts to get strong this afternoon. That's when you'll feel those gusts up to 40 miles per hour. But right now, wind speeds are light and temperatures are pretty comfortable, especially for this time of the year, in the 40s and the 50s. It's 52 in Central Park. Northeast winds near 3 miles per hour. Sussex near 50, down to 44 in Montgomery, and Danbury 50. Keep in mind, this time yesterday, we started out with temperatures that were at or below freezing in some of the coldest spots. Wind speeds are ranging from 2 to 5 miles an hour, 10 near Belmar out of the south and west. But watch what happens by lunchtime. That's when things get gusty with winds up to 30 to 40 miles per hour. That can make similar high temperatures in the 60s feel just a tad bit cooler. Skies are quiet, just mostly cloudy, and we are drying out after some rain overnight. But all of that moisture continues to push out of here, except for a lingering sprinkle near Saugerties that continues to taper off. So looking at the bigger picture, there's a cold front that's now moving through the tri-state and a disturbance behind this front. That's why we'll keep a chance for an isolated shower also later today. But at least this morning, mainly dry, a mixture of clouds and sunshine. High temperatures once again again topping out in the low to mid 60s. As that piece of energy moves in, that will squeeze out a couple of spotty showers, even a thunder shower is possible. And some of those stronger storms could produce small hail and brief gusty winds. Later this evening, drier air takes over and temperatures tonight start to dip down in the 30s and the 40s. Tomorrow, more cloud cover, a few sunny breaks, and it's chilly and windy tomorrow. 53 gusty winds giving us wind chills down in the 40s. But at least that cool down will be brief because the 60s return on Thursday. That's all thanks to high pressure. We'll have the return of winds out of the west pushing in that milder air. Friday still nice. A mixture of sunshine and clouds, maybe a stray sprinkle north and west of the city. Saturday, we ramp up to the 70s, near 77. There's also a chance for a late day shower thanks to this cold front, but I'm still not anticipating widespread rainfall on Saturday. At least for today, temperatures near 66, partly sunny, winds increasing, an afternoon thunder shower possible, sustained winds out of the west ranging from 12 to 25, gusting up to 40, and tonight 43, partly cloudy, windy and chilly. Real feel temperatures in the upper 30s. Tomorrow down to 53, chilly, clouds and sunny breaks, but at least the 60s return on Thursday. 62, looking ahead to Friday, 66. Friday could be the pick of the week. Saturday, 77, just a chance for some rain here and there. 63 on Sunday and 64 by Monday. Heather?
All right, Brittany, unfortunately, we do have a situation going on here in the Bronx, and it involves a stalled vehicle. So it's Amsterdam Avenue, the ramp to the Harlem River Drive. That's where we do have the stall, and you can see it right over here on camera. So they are out there trying to get that cleared away, but do keep that in mind as you head out this morning. Now, this is a look at the George Washington Bridge coming inbound. Look at how nicely the traffic is moving, getting into that lower level. It's the upper level where you're going to see heavier delays. That's very, very typical. So again, just another look at that as you go inbound. Looks like we may have something that I'm spotting right over. Nope, that was just a car that was taking its time. Street cleaning rules are in effect. Shirley and Pedro, over to you.
Bringing us in real time.
Real time.
Like,
That's how it
watch out,
works.
people, because Heather's watching you.